1, 2, you hear the clock ticking, tick tock. You about to stop living, tick tock. I want you to remember me, tick tock. But the dead don't have no memory. I'm coming. Nobody can stop me, nobody can hold me, nobody control me. I'm coming. I'm here to do my thing, I'm here to bring the pain.
What is good, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon. Hope everyone is having a lovely, iconic Monday. I'm sure I am. And I am coming with my first ever pay-per-view reviews. I think I'm gonna be starting doing more of these. I've always wanted to do it, but sometimes I just lag out and just not do it. But now I'm gonna start doing it, and something fresh and new to my channel. So what better way to start it off than Payback 2020, a wonderful show. I mean, I had fun throughout the night. We had 3 title changes, and all the matches ended in the right winner winning, no complaints. It was a good fight, good show, good night, that type of stuff. And in my opinion, I really think Payback could have been better than SummerSlam for the most part. But we're just gonna get straight into the review, give you guys my thoughts and ratings of the show. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Before we get started real quick with this match, tribute to the Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That was a good tribute by Shelton Benjamin, MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Apollo Crews, all doing the Black Panther signal, Chadwick Boseman. That was a pretty good tribute, actually. Best way to put it. And yeah, it was just made the match more better. So it was a solid match. Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews. Started off pretty bad, but luckily it capitalized, became pretty good. And at the end, Bobby Lashley fits in that full Nelson, the Dudley full Nelson as I call it, and makes Apollo Crews tap out. And just like that, we kick off the show red hot with the new U.S. champion. So after that, I knew we were in for a treat tonight. So that was a pretty alright match, but it was a good way to kick it off. New U.S. champion, Bobby Lashley. Up next, we got a very physical match with Sheamus versus Big E. And that was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it, and what a big win for Big E, beating Sheamus nice and clean in the ring, back to back. This time it wasn't a roll up. He beat him very clean with his finisher. So big win for Big E. We'll see how his single push goes from here.
Looks like you lost another one.
But so far, Big E has taken out The Miz, Sheamus, and John Morrison. So those are pretty big wins. So we'll see what Big E does next. Up next, I'm going to be discussing Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. And oh boy, I had so much fun in this match. This match was amazing. This match was my favorite match of the night so far at that point. I mean, oh my god, from start to finish, it was fast paced, it was good, it had to go the way they did, and they made Shayna Baszler look legit. You can't say she's buried or not, because like I said, if Shayna Baszler would have lost tonight, then it's over with. And she hasn't even been in the roster too much, but they've given her so much opportunities already. So she had to win this at least. And what better way? She made Bayley and Sasha Banks step out, one of the greatest female wrestlers in the world, and they're in the top of their game today. Shayna made them both tap out like if it was nothing. So that was amazing. That spot was good. And you know what Shayna and Nia remind me? It reminds me of the bar where it took them, like, they used to be fighting and then they became a team and they became very successful. I think that's what's going to happen with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I think it's going to take them like 2-3 months. They're going to get on the same page, which I like it though. We need more teams like this. But tell me who's going to stop that team though. If you put me the Riot Squad on your name, then you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe the Iconics could get it done. But for right now, congrats to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Up next, what we're going to discuss is Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. I mean, this match was like whatever. One of the downgrades of the show. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing. It was just 11 minutes. I really expected this to go on for like 15 minutes or so, but it went around the time limit I gave it, and it was alright. It was pretty physical, high spots for Matt Riddle and everything. Riddle took a deep 6 and everything, so that was pretty cool. But at the end, Matt Riddle won. So, that was kind of predictable. Matt Riddle was going to win. So, we'll see what they do from there with Matt Riddle. Because it looks like they're going to continue the feud for probably like another month. Up next, we got Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. Keith Lee picking up the biggest win of his young rising career against Randy Orton, who's at the top of his game. Not even Drew McIntyre could have beaten Randy Orton clean. And you got Keith Lee right away. Hands off to Randy Orton, man. Like, Randy Orton, he put Keith Lee over in this match. And I'm not going to say Vince McMahon, Randy Orton. Because I know Vince McMahon is not going to go up to Randy Orton, of all people, and tell him you're going to get squashed by Keith Lee. You know? And if he did, because they had to go either that way, Randy Orton accepted it. So, props to him. Like, he's at the top of the game. He's carrying Monday Night Raw on his back for the past 2-3 months. And Keith Lee just coming up from NXT not even a week ago, just squashed Randy Orton like if it was nothing. So, and he beat him clean. No Drew McIntyre, nothing. Clean in the finish. It wasn't a spear bomb. He just beat him with a power bomb. So, we'll see what they go from there with Keith Lee. Hey, he has to have a bright future. And yeah, Keith Lee with the W. We'll see what happens. Okay, so up next we got Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, father and son, versus the disciple Buddy Murphy, or should I say Murphy, and the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins. And this match was very good. Some people say it was the match of the night, and I agree. For me, I don't think it was the match of the night, but it was definitely my top 3. With no order, my top 3 will be this match, the Shayna match, and the main event. Those matches were just incredible. And the booking for this father and son match was perfect. Dominic did the 609, and he got his first W on pay-per-view and on WWE. And it looks like we're going to see what they do from here with Dominic Mysterio getting his first pay-per-view win. And tonight, we are supposed to get Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins tonight on Monday Night Raw. So we'll see what they do from there. But for right now, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, father and son get the W on pay-per-view. So that was pretty huge for them. Wreck everyone and leave. Yes, sir, it happened. Roman Reigns, what he do? He came in, wrecked everyone, and left with the Universal Championship. It's a similar Edge fashion. It's a Brock Lesnar style. When he came in and won the Money in the Bank. But damn, that was crazy. When he signed that contract, it was like a Money in the Bank. Can you tell me real quick, what are they doing with Otis? Like, for us, sometimes I forget who's the Money in the Bank. And the pay-per-view was like 4 or 3 months ago. Like, they haven't shown Otis wanting to cash in. Like, he's never even tried to cash in. Like, I just don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do with Otis. Like, at least make him, like, seeing that he was going to cash in, you know? Maybe I could get invested to it. But if you just leave him in the back, why should we care? We should all know he's not going to be the champion now. So what's the point? Just make him lose it to someone, or just, I don't know, make him fail it. If we could get this out of the way. Another failed Money in the Bank winner, but right now, this match was cool. That ring breaking, that was shocking though. Like, I was like excited, but I wasn't expecting it. Like, so I wasn't as excited, you know. I just looked at it, I'm like, wow, whoa, like pop for a second, you know. The ring didn't break that much. The ref, he took a terrible bump, and all of a sudden we hear Roman Reigns coming out with Paul Heyman And then he comes in, beats up the Fiend. Fiend is out of the picture. He got like 2 spears to Braun Strowman. 1, 2, 3. New Universal Champion. He came in, wrecked everyone, and left Universal Champion at WWE Payback 2020. So this pay-per-view was good. I already rated it. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. Possibly, yeah, it's gonna be an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. Definitely one of those. I had so much fun through this whole pay-per-view. 3 title changes, all lit. And yeah, this pay-per-view was only 2 hours and 30 minutes. So people can't really complain. I mean, if they wanted a longer pay-per-view after SummerSlam. SummerSlam was like 3 hours and 10 minutes. And tonight was just 2 hours and 30 minutes. So that's all pretty good. Pretty good time for this pay-per-view. I mean, we expected it to be that long. And yeah, pretty good. Good show, good fight, good night. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. Road to 500 subscribers.